round the world. Multi-city girl, equanimity, looking for anonymity. Drives a fancy car, big-time superstar. Drives a fancy car and drinks alone inside a bar. Nighttime at the carnival, multi-colored lights. Nighttime at the carnival until the end of time. Nighttime alone in the bar. Cyclone and the Cyclops, used in other stops. Now she's in the big time, yeah, I knew she had the chops. Pop star alone in a bar, pop star all alone in a car. Pop star, but she's alone at night. Pop star through the lonely flights. Her intrepid trips, lipstick on her lips. With her painted face, she travels deep in outer space. Like the Lizard King, she can really sing. Like the Lizard King and all the beauty she can bring. Naked as she's making my hallucinogenic dream. There's no way to fake it as she's letting out a scream. Brings me to a higher state of mind, concupiscence. Cosmically, orgasmically, I jump over the fence. Pop star all alone in a bar. Pop star all alone in a car. Pop star, but she's alone at night. Pop star in the lonely flight. Pop star all alone in a bar. Pop star all alone in a car. Pop star, but she's alone at night. Pop star in the lonely flight. Good morning. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for the thumbs up. That was this is a song I was singing called Pop Star. Hi, good morning, people. Thanks for the nice compliments I'm seeing there on the screen. That was a song that I wrote called Pop Star. Thanks for the thumbs up, and I hope you all subscribe to my YouTube channel, become a member, maybe even become a member if you want to. Okay, so here's a song that thanks. That's really nice. Let's see. Here's a song that I wrote called. I gave it the title Shark Attack. That's the title of the song that I put on. Yeah, the title I gave it for YouTube. It didn't get as many views as I wanted to, so I might change the title, but for now it's called Shark Attack. It started out as an instrumental. It started out, the name of the instrumental was a groovy surf rock instrumental, but then I changed, it started out as an instrumental, but then I wrote some lyrics for it and became a full-fledged song. So now it's an instrumental and a song called Shark Attack, but it might in the future have a different name, so here it is, Shark Attack. Oh, thanks. I'm glad you like the song. Thanks for the thumbs up. I hope you also subscribe to the YouTube channel. That's really nice of you. And that was a song that I wrote called. For right now, it's called Shark Attack. But I'm trying to decide like what the best title I should give it. I mean, I want to give it the title that I want to give it, just naturally give it. But sometimes if you give it a different title, you get more views. But for now, it's called Shark Attack. But and it's also as an instrumental, it's under the title Groovy Surf Rock Instrumental. Okay. Here's a song. Oh, thanks, man. We got somebody named Dom the Bomb, and then we got Freeman Bot, and then we got somebody else. Okay, that's really nice. Feel Good Inc. I never heard a song called Feel Good Inc. Anyways, let's see. Here's a song. I don't know if you're gonna like this song. Here's kind of a departure from the song you just did. It's kind of a novelty type song. You know, I've always kind of had kind of like a rock and roll background. I've always I pretty much started. You know, I grew up listening to rock and roll. My primary influences are rock and roll, but I started to develop somewhat of an interest in country music, just certain country artists, some of the best country artists. So I decided it's kind of an acquired taste for me, but I started to develop a taste for certain country artists like Brandy Clark and Johnny Cash and people like that. But so I just kind of have a limited taste of some. You know, I have passing type of interest in country music. So I like some of it, just the real good stuff, not the country pop stuff that you hear on the radio, but just the really good, like classic country. So I thought maybe I'll try to write a few country songs of my own. And here's one of the country songs that I wrote. It's called Your Mama is a Stripper at a Honky Tonk Bar. She's never been to college, but she's gonna be a star. She doesn't want to work, and no, she doesn't want a job. She wants to be a goddess, and she wants to be a slob. Your papa went out drinking at a honky-tonk bar. He saw your mama stripping and ran out to his car. The moment that he saw your mama bare her naked ass, he got into his car and then he stepped out to the gas at a honky-tonk bar. Gonna be a star at a honky-tonk bar. She's gonna be a star at a honky-tonk bar. She's gonna be a star at a honky-tonk bar. She's gonna be a star. The goddess of Uranus and the goddess of the moon are gonna make the famous, gonna make your mama too. All the way to Hollywood, we'll drive beneath the stars. See the stars of Hollywood, we'll see them in their cars. Party with the movie stars and drive with them in cars. Some we think are great and then there's some we truly hate. Drugs the only thing that drugs can take the place of love. When you fall in love, you're gonna float so far above. And a honky-tonk bar. She's gonna be a star at a honky-tonk bar. She's gonna be a star at a honky-tonk bar. She's gonna be a star at a honky-tonk bar. She's gonna be a star. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks for the somebody named Don the Bomb, and then Shanna Haynes. Okay, and then Orgame. Okay, wait a minute. So thanks for. I'm happy to have you as a subscriber now. Thanks for subscribing. That was a song that I wrote called "Your Mom Was a Stripper at a Honky Tonk Bar." The next song I'm going to play is called "Surfer Girl." All right, Silver Surfer Girl. I gave myself a riff here that's actually kind of hard to play. Okay. Surf on the waves, surf upon the silver waves, surf upon the silver waves, my surfer girl. Surf on the waves of a distant other world, of a distant other world, my surfer girl. Surf upon the silver waves of distant other worlds. Surf upon the silver waves, my silver surfer girl. Surf on the waves, surf upon the silver waves, surf upon the silver waves, my surfer girl. Surf on the waves of a distant other world, of a distant other world, my surfer girl. Surf upon the silver waves of distant other worlds. Surf upon the silver waves, my silver surfer girl. All right, thanks for joining me. Thanks for the thumbs up and the comments I'm seeing there. There was a song I wrote called Silver Surfer Girl. Okay, here's a song that I wrote called, and thanks for subscribing. Here's a song that I wrote called Heavy Metal Maniacs. Heavy metal maniacs, heavy metal maniacs, heavy metal maniacs, heavy metal maniacs. We are the metal maniacs, 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 we are the metal maniacs. Halloween is as real as a movie scene. But the thing that a dream was so unreal. In disguise, realized she'd been demonized. Her reply was to kill what she despised. Radioactive, she's radioactive, radioactive. The girl's a demon, a deviant day. Radioactive, she's radioactive. The girl's a demon, a deviant day. In the skies, Halloween is as real as a movie scene. Through the pain, that dream was so unreal. Realize Here's a song that I wrote called Angel Born in Hell. Born into the fire, born into unholy hell. Born into the fire, born in hell. Born into the fire, born into unholy hell. Born into the fire, born in hell. Heaven and hell. Oh, heaven and hell. Heaven and hell. Heaven and hell. All right, that was a song that I wrote called Angel Born in Hell. Here's a song that I wrote called Midnight Caravan. In my midnight caravan, take you places that I can, take you out of space and time, take you in places so sublime, rolling down those empty streets, far from all the city heat. Right before the end of time, I can make you feel sublime. So sublime, so sublime, so sublime. Now you're mine, now you're mine, now you're mine. Welcome to my masquerade. Here the darkness never fades. Gardens of gardenia, this is our utopia. That which seems illusory is as real as it can be. Nothing is or isn't real on my magic movie reel. So sublime, so sublime, so sublime. Now you're mine, now you're mine, now you're mine. Save the human race. And when I saw her kiss the ground, I saw the world of power on the goddess of rock. She is the goddess of rock. She is the goddess of rock. She is the goddess of rock. She emblazons distant galaxies with colors only she can see. With her blue penetrating eyes, she sees a billion skies. She is the goddess of rock. 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 Now she's up on the stage. Her name is Katy Perry. Now she's feeling the rage. Now she's up on the stage. Her name is Katy Perry. Now she's feeling the rage. Hallucinating though she isn't into drugs. Hallucinating, now she's hanging out with thugs. Now she's up on stage, her name is Katy Perry. Now she's feeling the rage. Now she's up on stage, her name is Katy Perry. Now she's feeling the rage. She's so adorable in leather and in lace. She's so adorable, she went to outer space. scene. Go downtown, gonna go downtown in a black limousine. I've got plenty of drugs. Come on, baby, give me a hug. Go downtown, gonna go downtown in a black limousine. New York City girl, she's looking pretty. She's a New York City girl. Drive downtown to a movie scene in a black limousine. New York City girl, she's looking pretty. She's a New York City girl. Drive downtown to a movie scene in a black limousine. Fishnet stockings and gloves, everything that she loves. Go downtown, gonna go downtown in a black limousine. Champagne, beautiful host, now we're ready to toast. Go downtown, gonna go downtown in a black limousine. New York City girl, she's like pretty, she's a New York City girl. Drive downtown to a movie scene in a black limousine. New York City girl, she's like pretty, she's a New York City girl. Drive downtown to a movie scene in a black limousine. Now she's back in New York to make a movie now. Broadway gave her a role, but she didn't feel it deep in her soul. Took a trip to the west, a trip to Hollywood, but she didn't work with the best. Now she's back in New York to make a movie while the world is trying to sleep. Now she's back in New York to make a movie that's really making me weep. City girls just like pretty, New York City girls. Drive downtown to a movie scene in a black limousine. New York City girls just like pretty, New York City girls. Drive downtown to a movie scene in a black limousine. Alright, so that was a song they wrote called New York City Girl. loud between. Now I'm driving around in my mean machine. The music that I love and means so much to me. Punk rock power gonna save my soul. Punk rock power gonna save her soul. Kiss her late at night at the punk rock show. Then we'll find another funky place to go. See her in the spotlight on the music stage. See her in the spotlight letting out her rage. I can feel the power of her rhythm and rhyme. I can feel the power, feel it every time. Punk rock power gonna save my soul. Punk rock power gonna save her soul. Kiss her late at night at the punk rock show. None but another funky place to go. Nothing comes between us when we're having fun. Nothing comes between us now we're on the run. To another town and listen to our sound. Uncle's never down there in another town. Punk rock power gonna save my soul. Punk rock power gonna save her soul. Kiss her late at night at the punk rock show. Then we'll find another funky place to go. Dressed in gray and purple, now she's leather clad. On her motorcycle, yeah, she's looking bad. Looking rather beautiful in moonlight lace. Looking rather beautiful and pretty face. Punk rock power gonna save my soul. Punk rock power gonna save her soul. Kiss her late at night at the punk rock show. Then I'll find another funky place to go. He said goodbye to his Mississippi wife. That's the day I realized that one day she'd be my wife. I made her fall in love with me, I did it late at night. I made her fall in love with me, it's such a lovely life. On the sweet Kentucky road, on the sweet Kentucky road, on the sweet Kentucky road, on the sweet Kentucky road. We took all of his money and we drove off in his car. We drove off in his car straight to the local whiskey bar. We kissed beneath the stars and watched the fireworks explode. We drive around our stolen car, sweet Kentucky road. The sweet Kentucky road, on the sweet Kentucky road. Sweet Kentucky road, on the sweet Kentucky road. Criminal, subliminal, we're wanted in 4 states. Our getaway car gets us far and has no license plates. We gaze upon the beauty of the dreamer and the dream. We gaze upon the beauty of the schemer and the scheme. On the sweet Kentucky road, on the sweet Kentucky road, on the sweet Kentucky road, on the sweet Kentucky road. In the middle of the night, there's a visionary sign. It's the bandits on the go on the sweet Kentucky road. Visions of a better life, visions far above. Visions of a love, vision our love is the kind of love that came from up above. All the sweet Kentucky road, all the sweet Kentucky road, all the sweet Kentucky road. All the sweet Kentucky road, 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 all the sweet Kentucky road. Thanks for joining me, people. I hope you help subscribe to my YouTube channel. That was a song that I wrote called Sweet Kentucky Road. Burn the pride through that night, your pockets lead the way. Indoors you go. burn the bride through the night, two pockets lead the way. And those who know between the walls, raise the day. Raise the walls, shout as far as the carpenter should rest. So when you tire of one side, the other serves you best. Coming about, talking to the street. Pockets around, running about, walking in the street to tell what I have been. Listen to the heart life and how to live it. Raise the walls, shout as far as the carpenter should rest. So that when you tire of one side, the other serves you best. Read about, listen for the knock and knock and knock. The secret knock with hammers like the other wisdom lost. The couple's out, running about, talking to the street. Lights around, running about, walking in the street to tell what I have been. Couple's out, running about, talking to the street. Pockets around, running about, walking in the street to tell what I have to do. Listen to the heart. They might write a book and will they call Life and How to Live It. All right, that was a song written by R.E.M. called Life and How to Live It. It's from an album called Fables of the Reconstruction. Okay, thanks for joining me. I hope you all subscribe to my YouTube channel. Here's a song by the Smashing Pumpkins called Today. Wait, Thanks for joining me. That was a Smashing Pumpkins with Today. Here's another REM song called Wendell G. That's when Wendell G takes a tug upon the string that held a line of trees. Behind the house he lived in, he was ready to give his best. Somewhere down the line he goes, whistle as the wind blows, whistle as the wind blows with me. You had a dream one night that the train lost its middle, so he built a trunk of chicken wire, tried to hold it up, but the wire and wire turned the lizard's skin, and then he climbed inside. Was it even time to say goodbye to Wendell G? So whistle as the wind blows, whistle as the wind blows with me. And if the wind blows, and if the air is sweet, so let whistle as the wind blows, whistle as the wind blows with me. Hello, it's me. I thought about this for a long, long time. Maybe I think too much, but something's wrong. There's something here that doesn't last too long. Maybe I shouldn't think of you as mine. Seeing you, or see anything as much as I do you. I take for granted that you're always there. I take for granted that you just don't care. Sometimes I can't help see it all the way through. Think of me, you know that I'd be with you if I could. I come around to see you once in a while, or if I ever need a reason to smile, and spend the night if you It's a Raymond Chandler evening at the end of someone's day, and I'm standing in my pockets, and I'm slowly turning gray. I remember what you told me, but I can't remember why. And the yellow leaves are falling in a spiral from the sky. There's a body on the railings that I can't identify, and I'd like to reassure you, but I'm not that kind of guy. La 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 la, la 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 la, blah 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 blah. It's a Raymond Chandler evening, and the pavements are all wet, and I'm looking in the shadows, 'cause it hasn't happened yet. All right, I have time for one more song, and then I get an appointment to make. One more song. It's a Pretty Woman by Roy Orbison. Pretty woman, walking down the street. Pretty woman, the kind I'd like to meet. Pretty woman, I don't believe you said the truth. No one can look as good as you. Pretty woman, won't you pardon me? Pretty woman, I couldn't help but see. Pretty woman, that you look lovely as can be. Are you lonely just like me? Pretty woman, stop a while. Pretty woman, talk a while. Pretty woman, give your smile to me. Pretty woman, yeah, yeah, yeah. Pretty woman, look my way. Pretty woman, say you'll stay with me. 'Cause I need you, I'll treat you right. Don't make me, baby, be mine tonight. Pretty woman, don't walk on my woman. Don't make me cry. Pretty woman, don't walk away. Hey, okay, that's the way it must be. Okay, I'm going home and sleep. Till tomorrow night away. What do I see? Is she walking back to me? She's walking back to me. 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 She's walking. She's walking back to me. 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 Whoa, pretty woman. All right, thanks for joining me. Thanks for the thumbs up I'm seeing there, and compliments I'm seeing on the screen. I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I hope you join me next time. Next Wednesday morning, I plan on doing another live music stream. And have a great day. Bye.